Everybody, we're live on 2 platforms, as usual. Say hi to everyone. I haven't been on in 2 weeks. So, yeah, cool. You got my notification from YouTube. Oh, we're working. All right. We got our, they call them King Kong peanuts. Sort of black skin peanuts. We've had these before. And I've got some fried eggs tonight. And I just want to say hi to everybody. It's been ages since I've been on. Been really busy with the studio and not only, you know, configuring it, hooking it up, preparing it for use, but also using it. And I've been getting some really amazing results. Now I'm going to go ahead and, hey, thank you, Bernardo. Nice to see you too. Thank you so much. Going to go ahead on Periscope, get going, because who knows, might have trolls. Haven't been on so long. Everybody probably forgot who I was. Anyway, yeah, we got 1 viewer. It's me on Periscope. That's okay. Now there's a new girl cooking. She cooked some eggs tonight. Put some black pepper on it. It looks pretty good. Now this is amazing. This is amazing. This is how I know Periscope views are bogus. This says 0. How can it say 0 when I'm watching it? It says 0. Oh, now it says 1. Anyway, I want to say hi everyone on Periscope and on YouTube. And yeah, I've been cutting tracks. I've been trying to catch up on my sleep. I'm almost caught up. In the next couple days, I'll be good again. But I'm getting some, in my opinion. Okay. Hi, Gary. Taiwan Gary. Hey, how you doing? I'm getting some really, really good results in the studio on a new tune that I've got. And my longtime friend and associate Tony Vaughn has agreed to play bass for me, so I just got to send him the tracks. He's going to cut some tracks. Hey, now. I'll do it again. Yeah. It's one of my sisters. You know, some tracks, going to import it in his DAW. That's a digital audio workstation. He's going to cut some bass tracks and email me the file. It's amazing. I had originally invented that concept back in 1996. We talked about this before. In a paper that I had written for the mayor of the town that I lived in at the time. But all right, so what's on your mind? We got 1 viewer, and let's see, we got a total of 7 viewers. Okay, just because I didn't put Queen of the Night into the title. Remember that? Guys, remember a couple of weeks ago I had like 7,000 views or something on the roof of my house?
Hello.
Because I put the title "The Queen of the Night," which means the moon. The Queen of the Night is the moon. And in some of the 19th century literature that I enjoy so much, like the Thorndike novels, you know, I just love those. So good. Yeah, no bots here is right. Bernardo is on Periscope. He's also on YouTube, but yeah, Periscope tonight just doesn't have much. So, Taiwan Gary, I'm gonna look at your profile because yeah. Oh, it's Kevin. Oh, Kevin. David G. What was it on Josephine? Oh, anyway, this is Kevin. Yes, it said Taiwan Gary. I'm like, oh, okay, so. All right, yeah. Anyway, got my usual eggs. Now outside of the, it's anticlimactic. Outside of the studio and that, there really is, but things, you know, could escalate. It's just because, you know, I don't have a provocative title and there aren't, you know, thousands of people watching. That's probably why. There's probably, I mean, the bots have their algorithms too, so, yeah. By the way, that's laughing in Chinese. It's like, haha. Hey, Ken. Did I see you? Man, it's really early where you are on Sunday morning. So, yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. So yeah, I mean, things could, when I end up releasing this tune, things could ramp up pretty quickly, but who knows? Wait a minute. Okay. Thought I saw a bot, guess I didn't. So yeah, things are just the usual, in a sense, it's kind of good. You guys know what I'm talking about. When it's boring, it means something bad's happened. You know, it's like this is. This shows the peanuts with tea. People drink tea and eat peanuts here. These are black. This right here, this is the word hey. This is the word for black. But the peanuts actually have black skins. Let me do this. See if I can show you this. That's a regular old peanut, right? But I'm going to do, it's going to be hard because I got to open it. Oh, good. It came open. Well, one fell out. Let me put it up. Ah. Let me do this again. Yeah, see, Kevin knows these. All right, I'm going to do this again with one more and see if I can do it without a... Okay, there you go. See how there's the black skin? Yeah, these are not red skin peanuts. They're black skin peanuts. Isn't that cool? Yeah. So, we learned a new thing today, I guess. Whatever they are, they're really good. And they're perfectly roasted. And to my palate, they're a little bit over roasted compared to what most, you know, flavors are, and I like that. A little darker. Now people like the same as coffee, because you know, peanuts are a bean, right? Not really a nut, it's a bean. And so you've got lighter coffee roasts, you know, medium and dark roast. So hey, there you go, same thing. I don't know anything about how they're made. It does have English. Uh-oh, we got our first bot. Uh-oh, here we go. Guess what? It doesn't say I can block. It says mute user. Wait a minute. Actually, Dean, I don't have, oh, somebody else muted it. I don't have any rum tonight. I've got a little bit of whiskey is what I'm trying to say. See, I got to go to their profile and block them. What happened to the good old days when you could mute people? I mean, when you could block people. See, Periscope is just getting... No wonder it's gone to the dogs. It's a wonder anybody can use it. I mean, seriously, except for a couple of people that I follow, I look at Periscope and it's a wasteland, you know, so. Anyway. All right. So here's what's coming up. I'm about halfway through with this new tune that I've written. It's called Do You Believe Me? Do You Believe Me? And my stuff, because I'm an older guy, it's kind of like the Byrds, Boston, and Queen rolled in together in the 21st century with a dash of some other, you know, stuff that you might like maybe like Eric Carmen and the Raspberries or something. Who knows? But seriously, I do. It's real simple stuff. Just come on, get. I don't know how you guys. I don't. Oh, this is crazy. This is iOS. The keyboard popped up, and there's no cancel button. I don't know how to go. I don't know how to go back. I don't know how to. Ni hao, ni hao. Hey Eric, I don't know how to navigate iOS. Anyway, so I'm doing basically what amounts to old music, but it's new, like new versions of old music, and there aren't many people doing that. And I don't go looking. That's kind of how I see it. I don't go looking for new music. But the last couple of weeks, I just clicked on some random stuff. And it's all MIDI sequenced, dance based. It all comes from hip hop. It comes from not R&B, which is different. It comes from hip hop and house. And basically, I don't call it music, it's programming. Nobody's singing. They might be vocalizing, and they're using, you know, auto-tune and pitch correct and all this stuff because they can't sing. I'm tired of this. Anyway, here's what I'm doing. I want to send a big shout out. Well, yeah, the thing is, right, you can say what you want about metal, but it's actually play. The guys they're on guitar, they're monsters. And you can't program a computer to scream like that, you know. I know what you mean, Eric. I know what you mean. It's real playing. But I was reading in one of the engineering forums about some of the new albums. Yes, exactly. No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. It's funny because I know the woman who got Rush signed, Donna Halpery, yeah. She used to date my friend Grady. It's kind of funny. But in one of the engineering forums, people were talking about some of the new albums by these new bands, and they're so unbelievably polished and perfect. There's absolutely no mistakes on it. There's no humanism in it either. With my new studio, I got a pair of recording monitors, you know, speakers. Not you know, like TV monitor. And the thing about monitors are, they're supposed to be flat, uncolored, very accurate, and very detailed. And I was listening to some old stuff on it, and I heard a couple of pops. Like when the singer sings close up to the mic and they say, you know, like, pop, 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 something like that, they got breath and it goes, and it makes a pop sound. That's why they have that, you know, that pantyhose filter, which was characterized in the video "We Are the World," right? Huh? 一个人啊？对啊。哦，好。哦，真的吗？好。Okay. See you, huh? 嗯。现在我开直播。对对。嗯，吃饱了，谢谢。Okay, see you. One of the local guys, sorry, we're just having a quick conversation, sorry, so. Yes, they do, yes, exactly. Okay, bye-bye. He said he's going to work now, and it's, after 11, he's got like a ladder and some pipes and stuff on his scooter. But, as I was saying, I was listening to some old music. I heard a couple of pops, you know, on the mic. Oh, there, yeah, right. Bam. And that kind of stuff would never be allowed today. Some friends of mine, a group called New England, got an album produced by Todd Rundgren. And when the album was all finished, Jimmy, the keyboard player, lived next door to me, brought a copy over, and I was listening on my studio at the time, back in the 80s, on my reference monitors. And I distinctly remember hearing some of John's lead vocals where it would, like, there were pops. And Todd was like, don't worry about it. We'll just fix it later when we mix it. Fix it in the mix. That's a common thing. There's always a joke. We'll fix it in the mix. Then after it's mixed, we'll fix it in mastering. And so, yeah. But that kind of stuff would never be allowed to happen today. Well, in the tracks that I'm doing, you know, I can do individual waveform, spike, you know, I see a spike, it's like a kick drum or a snare. I can do individual waveform editing, but I really just don't want to do that. I've done a little bit of that, a little bit of copy and paste. I played a section that was well played in one area, and I just copied and pasted it to another section in the tunes. You can do that, it's digital. But I don't want to get into this super polished perfection irreality. Because the truth is, if you do have a hit record, at some point you're going to have to play it live. And we all know, we've all heard recording artists that we love on the radio, and you go to see them live, and you're like, can't carry the tune. So, I don't use auto-tune. If I listen to the playback, you know, Eric, you know I don't need auto-tune. Oh, got another bot here. I don't want to mute the user. I want to block the user. Why did this become mute user? Oh. I have spent all my time doing this. This is crazy. Anyway, so yeah, that reminds me of, I know, that reminds me of the movie Keeping the Faith. The famous scene with Ken Leung. He's a fantastic actor. My name Dang, Ramen Farang. And he said, you know, he's talking, you know, the karaoke machine, and it says, you know, digital controllers, so you can change the pitch if your voice sucks. And he goes, but I don't need that, so it's really funny. Digital key controllers, you can change the pitch if your voice sucks, but I don't need that. That was hilarious. You guys got to look that up on YouTube. I'm going to post that in the late night group. Now, speaking of which, no, I haven't, because I don't have any. I don't have a currently I don't own a guitar rig that USB connects to the computer. I've been thinking about getting a Vox VT20 with tone room, but I think I'm going to end up getting the VT20 Plus just because it has more amp sounds. See, I tend to use a microphone. I do two things. I tend to get the amp sound in the room and mic it, or I just plug my guitar directly into the you know, the console and do from there. Now, the other day, was it? Well, I guess it was. Gosh, I guess it was yesterday. Now I think about it, I spent all day in the studio. I did a 6-track guitar submix. It was incredible. And I used the mastering effects on it, you know, for equalization and tri-band compression. Oh, okay. Oh, really? Well, how much is it? I might get it too. I got probably like the best, really mid-rangey, clean, ringing, 6-string chorus guitar sound I ever got. Even in the old days in the big studio. and I did it with my little desktop monitors, recording monitors, and my 32-track recorder. Now, as I was starting to say, I want to give a big shout out to Casper Koch. Oh, really? I'll have to look into that, Eric. See if that's something that I could use. I want to give a big shout out to Casper. Hey guys, everybody knows Casper. When I was looking for this recorder, I put the word out with several individuals, you know, who follow me, and it's part of my network, right? And that's what we do. When we need stuff, we go to our network. And Casper found one in the Netherlands. He just bought it and packed it up and shipped it to me. It was amazing. I just PayPal him, and it was he made it like so easy. It was incredible. It's like tripping over my own feet. It was that easy. And it's the older model with the MIDI controller in it too, which is amazing. Yeah, I know, this is fantastic. Which, I mean, we've been doing. I just noticed my hair. Man, my hair's like, I need to get it cut. It's the older model, the Tascam DP32. It's a 32-track desktop. You know, they call it the Porta Studio. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm a real recording engineer. I'm a real record producer. I used to do that for money. I've done about maybe 50 albums. I don't know. That's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of bands I've worked with and sessions over, you know, so many years. And if you know what you're doing, if you're a real engineer and are familiar with real engineering techniques and how to get sounds, it's a 32-track digital recorder with parametric 3-band equalization on every track, on every input. And it's got 2 effects ends, and it's got internal insert and send effects and dynamic effects built into the box. If you know what you're doing, you can absolutely make records on it. Of course, if you don't know what you're doing, it's just a kid's toy, and most people think that, yeah, I know, most people think it's a kid's toy. Well, I looked at it, I looked at the specs, and I'm like, based on my background, if I didn't have that background, it'd be different. Based on my background, I can make this work, and I got to tell you something. Because it's digital, there's no noise. I mean, the noise floor is like 105 dB down. The point being that I'll press play, and all of a sudden, you know, I get a drum hit. It scares the heck out of me because I don't hear any hiss. You know, it's just crazy. Oh, here we go. I got another one. I got to go here, and I got to block. This is ridiculous. I think I might just turn Periscope off because it's just, anyway. So yeah, with that kind of dynamic range and the spectrum of the thing, I'm cutting tracks that absolutely rival. I know. Everything I did in the 24-track, 2-inch tape days. Now, let me talk about that for just a second. I have not seen I've not seen the new Queen movie, Bohemian Rhapsody. My wife and I are probably going to see it next week. But I will tell you this. I saw the previews. Andy, how are you? This bumped you. And when they were showing the band cutting tracks on Bohemian Rhapsody, do you guys remember this scene where they cut to the 24-track machine and you see the tape reels moving? You know what I'm talking about? Big, thick 2-inch tape. Good, excellent. You guys know what I'm talking about. You've seen the previews for Bohemian Rhapsody, and it's like the bots found me. Eric, they found me. I don't know what to tell you. They found me. So I don't want. Let me just check one thing. Here's the amazing thing. I'm logged into the same account that I'm broadcasting on. I thought maybe I was logged into my personal account. I'm logged into the same account. I am the broadcaster, and I can't even block bots in my own scope using my own account. I have to go to their profile and press block. I mean, how messed up is that? This is like... All right. So if you guys have seen the Bohemian Rhapsody movie trailer where it's Freddie Mercury and Brian May talking to each other, about the, they're discussing the session as they're cutting tracks, and they show the machine. Now, you guys, you know what I'm talking about? You've seen the machine, right? I'm at home, and I'm watching, and I see the trailer. I'm like, that's a 3M M79 24-track recorder, just like I used to have in Fleetwood back when I first started at Fleetwood. I have mixed feelings about it. The machine sounds really good, and for punch-ins and punch-outs, it's extremely fast. By punch-in, I mean, if you were to sing like let's just talk about Bohemian Rhapsody. If you were going to sing Bohemian Rhapsody and you went, Mama, ooh, you go, okay, take it back. We're going to punch in. So the engineer would roll it back, and he would play back, Mama, punch. And then you would sing, ooh, and they would punch out. That's called punching in, punching out. And so the machine has to be really fast. And with punch-ins and punch-outs, I'm the king, man. Here's my left hand. My right hand is, on the console. My left hand was on the remote control of the 3M M79. I could punch in single notes, like on bass. Do, 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 do. I go in and out, like that quick. But the 3M79 has a really bad hidden issue. Every once in a while, for no discernible reason, the tape transport decides to malfunction. What I mean by the transport is, I mean the motors that control the action of the tape running. And you don't know what the failure mode is going to be. It could be in play, it could be in record, it could be in fast forward, it could be in rewind. Hopefully, it's in play. Because sometimes I would do a track, we would rewind it, and we would go, and we would go back to the head, where we wanted to listen to, and I press play, and it goes, it's playing, all of a sudden, I look back and oh no, and I have to go over there and physically stop the reels, the heels of your palm. Now the reels have cutouts in them. Okay, if you look at the reels, there's a rim on the outside, and there's 3 cutouts in the rim that act like little knives if you put your fingers on there and it's spinning quickly. So there's a space that, about this wide that you have to put the pot in. Anyway, all engineers know this, and some guys got calluses. So, years ago, well, they also make a 16-track version. It's the same tape transport. It just only has meter bridge, 16 tracks, and 16 channels of electronics in the bay down on the bottom, right? So, I was doing sessions with Jack Morgan. Jack Morgan was, in my opinion, is a really great recording artist back in the 80s. And we're at Longview Farms. You guys want to check out some history. There's actually a website now, everything that's going on at Longview Farms. We were in Studio B that had the stage that they built for the Rolling Stones. And Jack and I we're just cutting some tracks for Jack's stuff. And, we didn't need any more than 16 tracks, just some rock stuff. We just needed bass, drums, guitars, some vocals. 16 tracks was fine. In fact, we were talking in the late night group tonight. Queen's first 2 albums are 16 track. And if you look at Queen 2, it's probably one of the most technologically difficult recordings ever made. It's on 16 tracks. In my house, on the 4th floor, I got 32 tracks. That's where we come from. and gone too. But we were using the 3M79 16 track in the middle of the session. Fast rewind. And the 3M79, M79, it hauls wood, man. When it is rewinding, it's like, okay, because now think about this. A reel of tape, 2-inch tape, it's 15 program minutes. But when you're running at professional speeds, it's 30 inches per second. So that's, you know, 3/4 of a meter every second, all right? And so you got a minute, it's 60 times 30. It's a lot of tape, and it's heavy. And we were rewinding the tape, and all of a sudden we heard, bam. It was the sound of the tape hitting the ceiling of the studio. The 3M M79, theirs, the 16-track version, had malfunction somehow, the transport malfunction. And the reels, one of them got, like the take-up reel got behind the supply reel, and it fed tape out, and so for the next hour, you know, me and Jack, we got the reels and we're going like this with our hands in the hub. No, turn it over like this, you know. We're unwinding 2,000 feet of tape, or 2,000 feet of tape or something. It's crazy. So when I saw, I'm going to tell you, when I saw the trailer for Bohemian Rhapsody, and I saw the 3M M79 24-track machine that they were recording on, I thought to myself, the world is lucky that they actually made it. Well, I'm ready. Well, I'm ready in case they repeat. In case you don't know what that was, that's what I call an idiot. It's coming out and seeing me and wanting to have fun with a foreigner. She says something about hello, blah, 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 and all this stuff. And so I just looked at them like they're weird. So, yep, you're right, Eric. You're right. There's a certain kind of person in the world that believes that people who are not of your same ethnicity exist on this planet only for their entertainment. Let's see if that gets repeated. So anyway, Casper really came through for me. It was incredible. He, because that recorder had no box or anything. He had to go to the Netherlands Postal Service. It was a lot for him to do, but he really came through for me. Now, the cool thing is, he said when he comes back to Taiwan, he wants a live demonstration. So I'm going to give him one, and we may just stream together from my home studio. That would be cool. All right. Now, up here we see tonight's sponsor, Late Night with MJ Klein, is sponsored in part by ivideo.com.tw. If you need a Wi-Fi box or a SIM card when you're traveling, please visit that website. On YouTube, in the description, you will find a link. And notice this, you get 10% off every time you use the link. Not the first time, every single time that you rent with ivideo.com. Using that link, you can get a 10% off. There's a code. It's all in the description. The other side, that's our companion website that I haven't updated in forever. But if you go to taiwanlive.tv and you use the pull-down menu you can find the Late Night Show. That's what we do here. And there is an email address if you want to send me something we could talk about. There's also a PDF file for mailing labels. If you'd like to send us a postcard, Win-Win has gotten altogether, I think, 60 or so postcards from around the world. She really appreciates it very much. So if you send us a postcard, we're definitely going to show it to you, you know, on the stream. And Win-Win will be absolutely, she's the boss lady here, ecstatic. And in addition to that, though, she'll come out and personally thank you. He likes to have Win-Win, you know. Nope. A beautiful postcard from Oahu, Hawaii. Didn't sign it. No idea. No idea who sent it. It's amazing to this day. And don't come with envelope. Of, you know, the picture is of Oahu, so we assume it came from the United States. So there you go. We got a mystery. Now, Streamlabs. Excuse me. I'm using Streamlabs mobile app, which you guys know I love. There's so many things you can do with it, and very versatile. Just being able to add, you know, text and images and so forth. But their version of OBS is messed up right now. The monitor function does not work, and as a result, nothing I play back in Streamlabs OBS goes to the desktop audio bus and into my USB interface. So not only can I not hear it, the output doesn't get transmitted. What I have to do is go to each individual source and change its output mixer to output. But I still can't monitor it. That means my show opener, my show closer, you know, any of the bumpers or any of the ads or anything, I can't hear anything what's going on. It's just a pain in the neck. I can't monitor it. And I've been, what's that? I'm a real broadcaster. I had a national talk show in America, and I'm coming to the live streaming side of things. I told them, I said, listen, I've already done what all your users are trying to do. You know, have a national show. And you're losing customers because, like, right now, I mean, you know, people make fun of, you know, XSplit, but anyway, it works better, you know, right now. So I don't know what's going to happen. They didn't respond. But what I'm going to do is, pretty soon, I'm going to have enough of the tracks of my new tune done that I can debut it to you. And what I want to do is, I want to do, like, from an engineer's perspective, like webcam, you know, like where I would be looking from on the console, and make adjustments and do a little bit of a mix and let you hear what it sounds like. That's kind of a prelude to, you know, to when the thing's finally finished. Because I intend to get it mastered in the United States. And yeah, never, never, ever underestimate mastering. That's where most local bands and independent recording artists fail. They don't understand the value or the necessity of mastering. In some respects, it's kind of like preventative maintenance. Many managers that come into a factory who are tasked to save money, first thing they do is they cut the preventative maintenance budget. Some low-hanging fruit is just sitting there and they think, oh, well, okay. A year later, things start failing and then it piles up and it ends up being much more costly, hey Matthew, than it ever would have been if they just kept it going. The thing about mastering is, it's one of those services that you don't necessarily see the immediate value of, especially if you yourself are not technical. A lot of people can't hear the difference. But when it's transferred to other media, compact discs, or if your soundtrack is synchronized to a motion picture or a video, or goes on the radio, and everything is normalized and equalized correctly for the media, you know, that it's transferred to, then you get it. And if you've ever bought like an independent album and noticed like it wasn't very loud, like that record, you know, you got to push the buttons on your phone to crank it up in your headphones, it seems really low. And then the next song comes on from another band, a famous band, it's like blows your ears out. That's because it's not mastered correctly. So mastering is really important. So that's one of the things that I insist on. And on my last release that I did, a 4-tune release in 1997, we paid Sony Music Labs in New York City to master them. The guy's name is Vlado. He's famous. You can look him up on the internet. He's famous. The mastering lab is all gone. He's got his own lab now, and he even teaches mastering school. A lot of guys go to like Berkeley, you know, engineer. They go to Berkeley College, or they want to study recording engineering. They always want to be mix engineers, but mastering engineers are like this many. But like if you're a mastering engineer and you know what you're doing, you get everybody. Because let me tell you, when Vlado had our tunes, it's not something you can do in 5 minutes. He spends like a day on one song. And he called my personal manager up, George. George told me, he said, Vlado called to apologize. They do side jobs until something from records comes over, and they're, you know, there's Sony, right? So when there's nothing from, you know, Sony BMG being output, they take side jobs, and of course, you know, my record was a side job. But they called to say, well, the Celine Dion / Barbra Streisand record just came in. I got to finish that, then I'll go back to your stuff. And we're like, well, okay, well, it's for them. All right. So what can you do? But that's who, you know, you're rubbing shoulders with. And if you go to mjk.asia, which is my website with all the historical stuff on it that I used to do, those mastered tunes are on there. I'm going to warn you. mjk.asia, you press those little play buttons, you know, on the players. Put it down a little bit, okay? Vlado knows how to make stuff loud. I want you to hurt your ears. It's loud, and it's right. It's amazing. And the quiet sections, they make even quieter. And the louder sections, they make even louder. It's astonishing. But anyway, I'm going to have some tracks for you guys to listen to real soon. I am really, really happy with the quality that I'm getting out of the digital recorder and the new tracks. I think you're going to be pleased. So, low battery. I never charge this. So, let's take some questions. Yes, sir. You in the first row. Eric from New York. What's your question, please? Eric, you got a new guitar. It's an LTD, I think. Is that what you said? LTD? Or that's what? Actually, I asked you. You didn't answer. Probably didn't see my my question. The photo looks like an LTD, right? And it's got the shallower locking system. Looks really nice. Black is good. How about a bass? I'm not a bass player, but I got to play bass on this record just for a like a placeholder. So, oh, you are? Okay. Well, there you go. Gotcha. Welcome to YouTube. I don't blame you. Being copied by bots, you know. I'm gonna turn this off. It just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anymore. I know. You get irritated. But I gotta tell you something. I love live streamers, but I can't stand Periscope. I know. I'm going to mention two guys. I love both of them. But the last two guys on Periscope are going to be John Ho and Dave in Osaka. Those are going to be the last two guys. You know, in the Periscope apocalypse, when it's a smoking heap, ruins, you know, it's going to be John Ho interviewing Dave in Osaka. I mean, this what it's going to be. Because, yeah, it's too bad. It's too bad. All right, now, if you go to Taiwan Live TV and you pull down the menu and you look at the late night show, there is a line, L-I-N-E. There's a QR code for the Line app to join our late night group. It's a nice group of people. You know, all backgrounds, ethnicities, nationalities. We're not, you know, nobody is berating or everything is, it's the coolest place with the coolest people is all I'm trying to say. It's a safe place. Everybody's welcome. But often we talk about things, you know, for the next show coming up, or, you know, ideas that I might have. And there's a temple that I have been wanting to show you guys, because if you remember, I did it in Periscope. Gosh, it was almost 3 years ago. There's a giant bronze statue of Matsu way out by the coast, and if you may have remembered that. But there's another one down south here, about 20-25 kilometers away, that I want to do some field work. It's in a temple, and the temple has a second floor balcony that goes around. Basically the statue's inside a courtyard. And yeah, okay, so Eric remembers it. Basically the statue's in a courtyard, and there's this like a balcony, you know, around it that you can shoot. And I want to go see that, because it's another one of those 3 or 4 story high Matsu statues, but this was not bronze. I'm not sure what it's made of, but it's painted. It's painted, you know, like skin tones and you know, clothing and stuff. So I've been wanting to do more of the old Taiwan Live TV kind of stuff. been really busy. But yeah, in the late night group, maybe I can do it tonight. So, hey Mike, how are you? Maybe I can do it tonight. I will post in the late night group the Google Maps location, which has photos and stuff of that temple. I think you guys will dig it. If I can get to that, I'd love to get to it this week. I have, got some eggs, and these guys, the black peanuts, or black skin peanuts. But I think you're asking me. But yeah, I was going to go to the beach yesterday, overcast. But don't worry, we have plenty of really, really good weather days coming up here in Taiwan before winter. I'm going to get down there. I'm going to show you guys that temple. Probably take some 360 photos of it. And yeah, it'll be good, like the old days. But I had these black skin peanuts. It's funny because they call them King Kong. Black, see it says black King Kong. Shelled peanuts. Wow, that is pretty cool. Not much. I mean, they concluded that the guy was just going too fast. It was a couple of things. He turned off, apparently. I can't be held responsible for me telling you what I think happened. I mean, according to the news. Trains have an electronic control system. You know, you leave it on, you can push the throttle all you want. It won't go any faster than what it's programmed for those turns. And you turn it off. The reason is they're always under pressure to make schedule, and he was behind schedule. And there was a curve. The curve is rated at 70 kilometers an hour, and he went into it at 140, and the train derailed. It was as simple as that. So they're reviewing their procedures and so forth. And the thing is, drivers do have authority over the ETC, electronic train control. They can turn it on and off, but they're not supposed to. The same as a pilot can turn off the autopilot, but they're not supposed to unless they talk to air traffic. And the controller at air traffic tells them that they can do that. Same with the train station. They're supposed to check in. So, no, he shouldn't. But he would have arrived late and he would have got chewed out. So it's really, I mean, it comes down to management, and almost everything does. You can't chew people out for being late when they didn't cause, you know, the train to be late. It is. It didn't cause the train to be late. There are other factors, you know. Had nothing to do with him. The guy was on time. He was at work. He was sober. He was competent. He was, you know, and then they still chastise him. So maybe some cultural issues too. They are, in fact, you know, reviewing the accident, looking at procedures, looking at protocols to see how they can stop it from happening again. But as long as people are not perfect, this is what's going to happen. All right. That's right. Exactly. You guys are right. Yep. But you're supposed to check with you know, air traffic control and get instructions. So, yeah. These days, I mean, I know. They leave the aircraft on automatic pilot as much as possible, and the pilots are always monitoring things. The pilots are on manual control, you know, of course, when they land, but these days it's very unusual to go on manual control. You have to have a really, really good reason, like the autopilot's broken, or the magnetic field of the Earth shifted or something, you know. All right, thanks, you guys. It's been great catching up. I got to go. Got to get out of here, get home. And, yeah, we'll try to be on later in the week. Gosh, I should be almost caught up on my sleep. I feel 10 times better now than I did a couple days ago. Yeah, that's right. Or he can't land by itself, too. There have been, you know, experimental landings and stuff. It's not quite perfected, yeah. Because of GPS resolution. GPS can glitch, and all of a sudden you think you're 30 meters higher than what you are. Holy cow, yeah. So, thanks, Matthew. You guys take care. I'll be in touch this week. Stay in tune with us on the Late Night group, and also Taiwan Live TV, one word, Taiwan Live TV on Twitter. You can reach me there, too. You guys take care. And I'm going to post that about the, thank you, about the that temp in the Late Night group. You guys take care. We'll see you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care.